Hare Krishna Mataji, my name is Nagaskanda. Mataji, when will start? Mataji, there is some work.
Okay, Haribol, my dear children, we are meeting after such a long time and so nice to see all of you. And I'm sure all of you had a wonderful, wonderful Janmashtami, isn't it? Show me a thumbs up if you had a nice Janmashtami. Yes, oh, everyone is there. Okay, we have one and everyone. I can see so many of you. Okay, so Shruth is also there. Wonderful. I can see wonderful Prabhupada picture behind you in the backdrop, Sushruth. So nice. That means you're really following Srila Prabhupada. Yes, you are? Wonderful. Okay, let us quickly start with our chanting quest. Yes? Now, who will say the Panchatattva mantra? Skandagiri? Nagaskanda? Yes? Okay. Okay, yes, you can unmute. Unmute yourself. Shruti, right? What's your name?
Shruti Mataji.
Shruti, right. Okay, I remember your names. Yes, okay. Let's start.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda.
Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you, Shruti. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Vivan, unmute yourself and chant the Panchatattva mantra. Everyone, please repeat after Vivan.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Gadadhara,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, Harinam Sankirtan Yagna ki Jai. Okay, children. So almost 14 days after Krishna Janmashtami, we celebrate the grand appearance, the divine appearance of Srimati Radharani. Okay, children. So now I'm going to share my screen and we are going to talk about the wonderful, wonderful Radhashtami. Right? So Srimati Radharani also, she appeared, and how she appeared, it's an amazing, amazing pastime. All right. So I've tried to make a small PPT for you all, and we'll go through it and we will learn, okay, how did Srimati Radharani appear? All right. So now just waiting to share my screen. Are you all ready to hear about Srimati Radharani? Huh? Yeah? Yes. Okay. All right. And this is what we do. Okay. The appearance. Okay. Hear carefully, children. Right? The divine appearance of Srimati Radharani. Appearance of Srimati Radharani, the eternal consort of Krishna, is celebrated as Radhashtami, right? As Krishna is the father of all, Srimati Radharani is the mother of all the living beings in the entire universe. So children, when Krishna was to appear in this world, he requested Radharani also to accompany him, because Krishna doesn't go anywhere without Radharani. So Radharani agreed, but she put up two conditions on Krishna. Krishna, I will come, but I will come along with you on earth, but I want Yamuna and Govardhan also to come along with us. So this was not a problem for Krishna. So which are the two things which Radharani requested Krishna? Yamuna River, yes, and yes, Nagaskanda is telling me yes. Now Yamuna River and Govardhan. I'm not going to unmute anyone now. I will later. So Yamuna and Govardhan were more than happy to assist Krishna and Radharani in their pastimes. Now Radharani also wanted to appear on earth because she always wants to be with Krishna, right? And Krishna cannot live without her. So she happily agreed. Now let us see what happens next. Radharani appears in the house of Rishibhano Maharaj and Kirtida Devi in Barsana. So Radharani decided to appear in Barsana in the house of, see, what are the names of the parents of Srimati Radharani? Rishibhano Maharaj and Kirtida. That's why we say Rishibhano Dulari ki jai jai jai. Right? Both these great souls, who Rishibhano Maharaj and Kirtida had been performing a lot of austerities since many lifetimes, and they to have the eternal consort of Krishna as their daughter. Now let us see what is the pastime behind the appearance of Srimati Radharani. Once Rishibhano Maharaj went to the river Yamuna, and there he saw an extraordinary thing happening. He saw that in the Yamuna there was a beautiful lotus of pinkish goldenish color, okay, that was floating. And in the whirl of the flower was a little girl of golden complexion. Yeah, she was extremely attractive. So on the lotus, children, there was a small baby girl lying. Have you seen something like this? No, right? But this happens when there is the divine appearance of Radharani. So she was extremely attractive. Just by seeing her, Rishibhano Maharaj's heart got overflooded with love. And he immediately picked the little girl in his arms. He felt deep bliss And looking at her, he forgot all his sorrows. He forgot everything. Children, sometimes you also, when you feel sad, just go to your puja room or just take a picture of Srimati Radharani and Krishna and just look at them, okay, and pay obeisances to them. You will forget your sorrow and you will start feeling happy soon, okay? So Rishibhano considered himself to be the most luckiest, the most fortunate person in the world. Rishibhanu looked around and he saw that no one was there. Is there someone who put this little baby girl in the lotus flower? But he could not find anyone. He thought to himself, who is she? Why is she all alone here? He waited and he waited, but no one turned up. How can I leave her alone here? He thought to himself, it won't be safe for her, right? What if no one comes to pick her up? What if no one is there to look after her? So all these thoughts kept troubling Rishibhanu Maharaj. He was the king of Barsana. Then, after waiting for a long period, children, he decided to take the little girl home. He felt that it is the will of the providence or the plan of the Lord that she becomes their daughter. It is a gift of God to him. Let us see what happens next. Kirtida and Rishibhanu Maharaj, the proud mother and father of Srimati Radharani. Welcome, Srimati Radharani. So as you can see in the picture, they are so happy. They did not have a child for a long, long time, children. And this couple had prayed to the Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, that please give us a small baby. And that baby should be the eternal consort of Krishna. So after seeing their tapasya and seeing that, oh, they are praying so much, that's the time when, Lord Vishnu agreed, and that's how Radharani appeared. So Kirtida Devi, the wife of Rishibhanu, was so happy to see the baby girl. Both Rishibhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi desperately wanted a child. And they had been praying to the Lord continuously. And today, by the divine arrangement, a goddess had appeared in their life and they named her Radha. Rishibhanu Maharaj and Kirtida were the king and queen of Barsana. Little Radha became the princess of Barsana, right? Don't you know, children? The children of the king and the queen are always the prince and the princess. Okay, let's see. But there was one problem. Now, what was the problem? This was the problem, that little Radha did not open her eyes and she did not even cry. So they observed this unique thing in the baby, right? And also the parents thought that maybe Radharani could not even hear because she's not speaking, she's not opening her eyes. But so then both the parents became very sad. What is the first thing the baby do when he comes? He or she cries, isn't it? But Radharani did not cry. So they would look at the beautiful little face of Radharani. And tiny little Radha had stolen their hearts. Right? She was so beautiful. They would do their best to take care of the baby. They would pray to the Lord to give her vision and speech. Let us see what happens next. Celestial sage Narada meets Radharani. So meanwhile, children, Lord Krishna had already appeared in the house of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, right? That was in Gokul. And sage Narada had played an important role that Lord Krishna appears as soon as possible. Now, this sage Narada, you know that he is a messenger of Krishna and he knows everything. So the revered sage knew that if Krishna appeared, then Radharani will also appear somewhere in Vrindavan, right? So to take darshan of Srimati Radharani, this sage Narada would go to different houses to find out if any new baby girl has taken birth. He would see the child to find out if she is Radharani. So one day, this sage came to the house of Rishibhano Maharaj. Narada reached the house of Rishibhano Maharaj and asked the same question. Since the child was not in a normal condition, that means Radharani was not opening her eyes, she was not crying, and she was not even she was not even speaking anything. So Rishibhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi they were hiding Radharani. They would not let anybody see Radharani. So they didn't want Narada also to see Radharani. But since Narada is an exalted devotee of the Lord, so Rishibhanu Maharaj, he did not deny entry to Narada. So as soon as Narada saw the little baby girl, he recognized, yeah, bingo, this is Radharani, and he was overwhelmed with joy. Somehow, but he controlled his emotions and he wanted to offer prayers to Radharani, but he could not do it in front of her father. Why? Because he knew that Radharani would not like to reveal her identity to her father and mother. Okay? So he requested, what did he do? He did not show his joy. So he requested Rishibhanu Maharaj to leave him alone with the small Radharani for some time, right? So that the child could, say, so that he could say some prayers for the child and the child would start speaking. So Rishibhanu Maharaj left and Narad Muni began to offer prayers to Radharani. Then, of course, Radharani was a baby, but she starts to bless Narada. Srimati Radharani was extremely pleased to see Narad Muni. She was very happy. And she appeared in her most youthful, beautiful form, as you can see in the picture, young Radharani, and which is rare to see in the Kishori form. Young Radharani is known as Kishori, Nitya Kishori. Okay, and Narad Muni saw the most beautiful form of Srimati Radharani, the mother of entire creation. He could not control his emotions. Overwhelmed with spiritual delight, he fainted. Imagine Narad Muni was so happy to see Radharani that he fainted. Srimati Radharani, then she brought him back to consciousness. She asked Narad Muni, you can continue your prayers. You can continue your prayers. And so he sought blessings from Radharani, singing and dancing in joy. He left the house of Rishibhanu Maharaj. Rishibhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi did not know what was happening inside when Radharani was there with sage Narada. Both were praying and praying that their little child opens their eyes and starts playing like other children in Barsana. Now see what happened next. Krishna and Radharani meet for the first time. So after the appearance, Srimati Radharani was desperate to meet Krishna. Krishna too wanted to meet Radharani, but they were not getting an opportunity to see each other. Once Rishibhanu Maharaj invited Nanda Maharaj, who was his friend, to his house with all the family members. And Krishna also came. Tumak. At that time, Krishna had not even started walking, right? He was very small. He used to just crawl. And Krishna was waiting for the opportunity to see Radharani. He knew that his Radha would be waiting for her. When the elders of the family got busy, he secretly crawled to the room of Radharani. He caught hold of the cradle in which his most beloved princess was lying. Holding the cradle with his hand, little Krishna stood up. And now see what happened. Radharani opens her eyes for the first time to see Krishna. Radharani, she felt the presence of Krishna. She slowly opened her beautiful little eyes. She was waiting for this moment from the day she appeared on earth. She had promised Krishna had promised her, in fact, that when you appear on the earth, Radharani, I will be the first person that you see. And Radharani said, yes, only then I will go on the earth. If you are the first person that when I open my eyes, if I see you, only then I'm going to appear, only then I'm going to open my eyes. So Krishna fulfilled his promise. She was waiting for this moment from the day she appeared on the earth. As soon as she appeared, she had closed her eyes because she had a desire that when she opens her eyes for the first time, Krishna would be in front of her, and now Krishna was before her. They both looked into each other's eyes. Their hearts were flooded with deep emotions. Radharani, the princess of Barsana, could not control her tears. Even Radharani started crying. She was not able to control herself anymore. Little Radha cried and cried and cried. And Krishna also cried and cried and cried. And then the cry of little Radha reverberated in the palace of Rishibhano Maharaj. Everyone quickly came in the room where Radharani was there. Little Radharani was so restless in her cradle. Her eyes were open, and little Krishna was standing in front of Radha. Kirtida, the most fortunate mother of Radharani and Rishibhanu, the blessed father of Srimati Radharani, also could not control their tears. For the first time, children, their child Radharani had opened her eyes. She was crying, which at birth she did not do. So the mother and father just looked into the little beautiful eyes of their beautiful Radharani and experienced immense joy, right? And Radharani then started seeing. Now see, children, this take darshan of this beautiful, beautiful place, Barsana. And this is the only temple where Radharani alone is worshipped as such, right? This is a temple in Barsana. And this is the place, the holy city, where Radharani danced and sang and did many pastimes with Krishna and her cowherd friends and gopis. The residents of Barsana became fortunate because every moment they got an opportunity to see Radharani and to be with Radharani. They were greater than the mystic yogis because they got the association of Radharani. See, just to pranam to Radharani here. Hari, Hari Bol. Do pranam. I will send these pictures. Okay, Shruti is taking a picture. And it is impossible to describe the fortune of Kirtida and Rishibhanu Maharaj. The mother and father, they were so blessed, right? Let us also aspire, children, to bathe in the sacred dust of Barsana, which had the fortune to embrace the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the eternal consort of Krishna. So children, as you know, in our ISKCON temples also, you can see the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, but you can never see the lotus feet of Radharani. And that happens only once a year. Only on Radhashtami day, they open the darshan, they lift up the lehenga, a little bit lehenga of Radharani, so that we can have the darshan of the lotus feet of Radharani. So the Radhashtami is coming. We must visit our nearest ISKCON temple. And of course, we will also have a wonderful, wonderful class on that day for more activities on Radharani. So this was the story of Srimati Radharani. And in this context, children, I have a wonderful Vaishnava bhajan to teach you all. I will also forward this in the group so that you all can memorize and sing along on the day of Radhashtami. Okay, so all of you can look onto the screen, and I will sing one line, then you will repeat after me. All right? Yes, ready, children? Show me a thumbs up. Yes, okay. Okay, all of you. Yes, all of you are ready for this. I'm going to play on my mridangam, and all of you please listen to this wonderful song and try to memorize. Bolo Radharani ki jai. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava. Everybody sing. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe. Hari Nishkutta Vrinda Vipineshe. Sing children. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe. Hari Nishkutta Vrinda Vipineshe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Rishibhano Tati Navashashi Lekhe. Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishakhe. Rishibhano Tati Navashashi Lekhe. Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishakhe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite. Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite. Sing. Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite. Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Okay, who would like to sing the first two lines? Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Daite. Okay, Shruti, unmute yourself. Come on. Let's everyone hear from Shruti. Yes. Chaitanya, next Chaitanya be ready, then Tarunya be ready. Okay.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daya
Daite.
Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Very good. Sing, Shruti.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Mute. Okay, next. Chaitanya. Chaitanya. All of you put on your videos. If you don't put on your videos, then I'm not going to unmute. Put on your videos. Come on. Yes, Chaitanya.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite.
On your video, Chaitanya.
Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Very nice, Chaitanya. Okay, Tarunya, put on your video and unmute yourself. Come on, put on your video and unmute. Next two lines. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe. Hari Nishkutta Vrinda Vipineshe. Okay. Nagaskanda, you want to try? Yes. Come on. Damodara Rati. These two lines.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe.
Okay. Sing after me. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe. Sing.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe.
Very good. Hari Nishkutta Vrinda Vipineshe. Hari Nishkutta
Vrinda Vipineshe.
Wonderful. Sing Radhe Jaya Jaya
Madhava Dayite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayite.
Wonderful, Nagaskanda. Okay, Jyotiraditya, come on, unmute. Rishibhano, repeat after me. Rishibhano. Radhina Shashilekhe. Sing.
Radhe Shashilekhe.
Lalita Sakhi Gun Ramita Vishakhe.
Lalita Sakhi Gun Ramita Vishakhe.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe
Jaya
Jaya Madhava Daite.
Wonderful, wonderful, Jyotiraditya. Next, yes, unmute yourself. Come on, unmute. What's your name? What's your name, my little gopi?
Radhe.
Hi, your name is Radhe. Okay, Radhe, sing this. Karunam kurumai, karunam bharite. Sing.
Karuna Kurumai, Karuna Bharite.
Sanaka sanatana varnita charite.
Makasanatana Bharita Charite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Wonderful, my little Radhe. Okay, you want to unmute? Who else wants to unmute? Come on, yes, unmute yourself. Ishika, unmute. Yes, sing Radhe, these two lines, first two lines. Come on.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Maite.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Nitara. Come on, Nitara. Next two, Damodara Rati. Damodara Rati. Start. Oh, we can't hear you. You can't. Unmute.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipinesh.
Okay, sing after me. Okay. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe. Sing.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe
Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. Hari Nishkuta Vrinda.
Hari Nishkuta Vrinda
Vipineshe. Very good. Wonderful. Wonderful. So sweet. I'm going to send you a recording we had done with these with small children. Of course, Chaitanya was there. My daughter Radhika was there. She's playing the piano. I'll send you the recorded version. Thank you very much, my dear children, for your wonderful this thing. Now, I want you to make wonderful paintings of Srimati Radharani for Radhashtami. And I will post the best of paintings on our group, the ISKCON Whitefield Children's Group. Okay, start painting nicely, Srimati Radharani. You can look up ISKCON paintings, and or you can draw a baby Radharani. You can either do only with pencil sketches. You can either use colors, whatever you want to make a beautiful Radharani. Okay, so let us stop and end our class for today. Please keep remembering Radharani, and please keep chanting, children, and stay blissful always. So let's end this class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Bol. Thank you.